Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Can you see me? Can you see me? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I think they can see you in there. Good morning, everybody. It's Frances and Mrs. Colby here today. That was a good way to open up, to tell them good morning. Yeah, I like to do it really close up because then they can really see me. Can you guys see me? Yell if you can see me. Hooray! I think they can see you, but we can't hear them. Why not? Because they're all in their own houses, somewhere far away, and we cannot see them, and we cannot hear them. Oh man. Well, I wanted to sing my good morning song. Well, you can sing your good morning song. I think they would love it. You guys want to hear it? Yes, I'm saying yes, they do. All right. Good morning, good morning. I love you guys. Good morning and good morning. Good morning. I love you guys. That was very good. I can imagine they're clapping for you right now. They are? I'm sure they are. I'm sure they would clap for you. Hey, I am looking in your shell and I'm noticing some things you might have brought today. Yeah, I brought a whole bunch of really great stuff. You won't believe what I found in this house. Well, your shell looks a little bit heavy, I might add. Yeah, I found a lot of cool stuff. Well, you've been crawling all over here and I even saw you in the garden yesterday. Yeah, guess what I saw? What did you see? A rabbit. A real rabbit. You won't believe it. Puff and I were out there. We both saw real rabbits. You did? Yeah. Well, yesterday Puff was here. I know. I told Puff I want to come on too. Well, Puff let you have the day today. I know, that was so nice of her. And she brought eggs yesterday. She did a magic trick. She did? Yes, she did a magic trick. Did she not do her magic trick for you? No. Puff. Puff. I don't know where she is. But I want to see that magic trick. Well, she made eggs appear out of nowhere. We couldn't find them in her fluff, in her ears. They were just nowhere. Well, maybe I have a magic trick. Okay, you gotta help me. Okay, I'll help you. When I say 1, 2, 3, hocus pocus, you get my shell. Okay, I'll help you with that. I'm game. All right, everybody, ready for the magic trick? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, the magic trick is ruined. It's not ruined. Just say hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. It did work. Did you bring us an egg today? Yeah, I found it in the garden yesterday. I bet Puff left it out there. I thought it was really cool. Well, this is an Easter egg. It's a plastic Easter egg. It's not real. Can I eat it? Nope, you can't eat it. But it's a plastic egg and you can put things inside of it for surprises for people. Could I make a surprise for Puff? You could make a surprise for Puff. Puff would really like that. You just open up the egg. There's nothing inside. I know, you have to put something inside. And when you put something inside, then you close it back up and then, and then it could be a surprise for Puff. Puff would love that. Puff would really love that. So what else did you bring in your shell? You're not going to believe it. 2 surprises. What I found in the kitchen and what I brought with me. All right, can I get in there? Oh yeah, I will love it. All right, Mrs. Colby, get ready to be surprised. Close your eyes. Are you peeking? Nope, I'm not peeking. Okay, guess what it is? An elephant. Nope. Guess again. A toothbrush. Nope. I don't know, Puff. You're going to have to show me. All right, ready? Get in there. Ooh, it's crinkly. Let me help you. Oh, what is that? Well, they're little cute brown things I found in the kitchen pantry. Well, I can tell you what those are. Aren't they cute? Yeah, they ate one, and they taste really, really good. I've never seen one before. I don't have anything like that in my closet. Well, I can tell you what you found. These are called chocolate chips. Chocolate what? Chocolate chips. They're little tiny pieces of chocolate. And you can put them in cookies. You can eat them just like this. You can put them in brownies. Woo! They tasted really, really good, you guys. If you have any chocolate chips in your pantry, you should go get some and eat them right now. Well, it might be breakfast time. You can't have them for breakfast. Why not? Well, we don't usually eat sugar for breakfast because kind of hypes you up and everything, and we kind of save that for treats maybe later in the day. Well, I think you should eat chocolate for breakfast. Well, that could be good. So what else did you bring us? Well, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. It's a surprise. Close your eyes out there. Get it out, Mrs. Colby. Close those peepers. They're not closed. Close them, everybody. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Open them. Oh. Did you bring us one of the fairies? Aw. Yep. I brought them all home with me so they could be safe and fly around Mrs. Colby's house. Are you all right? I think she's just fine. Aren't they so sweet? They are so sweet, those little fairies. Well, where are they? I've got them all in a closet. Well, maybe we should bring them out. We can bring them in here so the kids can see them. That is so nice of you to bring everybody home. I brought a couple home too. You did? Yep, so maybe the whole troop can find a place. Maybe we could take them out in a real garden and show them the garden. Oh man, you want to go out in the real garden? That would be so fun. That would be so fun. I can't wait to do that. Let's do it today. All right, maybe we'll take them out there. Mrs. Colby has a fairy garden in her, in my real garden, so we could take them out there and put them with the fairies out there. All right, you're gonna have a field trip today. Okay, well, let me put the fairy down. I'm gonna take her with me. Okay, well, let me put her back in your shell, and I'm gonna sit you down here. We're gonna read a story. I love stories. It's called Last One is a Rotten Egg. Oh man, I don't like rotten eggs. Well, you can listen to the story with the kids, and I think you're gonna like it. All right, goodbye. Want to hear my goodbye song? I think they would love a goodbye song. Goodbye, goodbye. That's it? That's all I've worked on. Well, that's a good start. Well, I'm going to sit you down here with me. I'm going to put the fairy back in there and sit you down here with me, and you can listen to the story. All right. Bye, everybody. Love you guys. All right. Tuck in here, lady. Oh, boy. Let's leave your eyes showing, though, so we can see you. Okay. Good. Okay, so we have a story today, and it's called Last One In is a Rotten Egg by Diane DeGroat. You guys know Gilbert. She's one of my very favorite authors. I love Gilbert. There's usually some kind of a problem in Gilbert's stories, and like a little lesson to be learned usually, and things always get figured out at the end. The little blip on the back says, "Is it always best to be first?" Question mark. And what I know at school from the beginning of time is kids just love to be first. First one in line, first one to go to lunch, first one to rush in the door to go to recess. Sometimes when they're coming to the library, they are running in the hallway because they want to be the first one to get to the library. And is it always good to be first? So we're going to see. There's little Lola. Do you remember Lola, his little sister? Okay, here we go. Make sure I'm on the first page here. Gilbert and Lola were excited. Their cousin Wally was coming. They hadn't seen him in a long time, and they were looking forward to his visit. "He's here!" Lola shouted from the window. The door burst open and Wally tumbled in. "Last one in is a rotten egg," he yelled. Uncle Gus appeared in the door behind him. "Hello, all," he said, picking up his umbrella that Wally had knocked over. Wally was much bigger than Gilbert remembered. He was almost as tall as Uncle Gus. "Oh, you're just in time for lunch," Mother said. "I made soup and sandwiches." "Last one in is a rotten egg," Wally shouted, running to the table. Gilbert walked quickly to his seat. Lola walked quickly too. They didn't want to be rotten eggs. Mother didn't care if she was a rotten egg. She carefully served the soup before sitting down. She said to Wally, "You'll have fun this afternoon. There's an Easter egg hunt in the park." Wally made a face and said, "Egg hunts are for babies." But Gilbert wanted his friends to meet Wally. "There's a prize if you find the most eggs," he said cheerfully. "And there's a prize if you find the golden egg," Lola added. "I'm going to look really hard to find it." "I'll go," said Wally, "but I still think it's stupid." Then he stuffed the last of his peanut butter sandwich into his mouth, saying, "Last one finished is a rotten egg." I can tell some things about Wally already by his actions. One, he said the word stupid, and that is not a word we use. Two, he seems to be a little bit bossy. He always wants to be first. He kind of wasn't super friendly when he came in. I'm starting to kind of get some thinking about Wally in my head. Are you? I bet you are. At the park, Wally didn't even want to stay with Gilbert and his friends. He took a basket and headed for the starting line. "Your cousin is not very friendly," said Patty. "He just wants to win," said Gilbert. Gilbert wanted to win too, so when the whistle blew, he ran after Wally calling, "Last one up the hill's a rotten egg." Have you ever done that with your friends where you're running and go, "Last one to the trees, a rotten egg"? We used to do that. Well, they raced in all directions, looking under bushes and behind trees. "I found one," Gilbert shouted from the bushes. "I found two," Wally shouted from behind a tree. Patty and Lola searched in the tall grass. "I can't find any eggs," Lola whined. "Oh, look," said Patty. "There's one right by your foot." "I found one," Lola cried. She proudly put the green plastic egg into her basket. Gilbert and Wally ran over to see if more eggs were hiding in the tall grass. Gilbert was anxious to find more because Wally's basket was almost full, but Lola's basket was almost empty. Gilbert sighed. He gave Lola some of his eggs from his own basket. "Thanks," she said. "Let's find more." And together they ran toward a patch of trees. Now that tells you something about Gilbert, that action, where he took some of his own eggs and he gave them to little Lola. Suddenly, you know what suddenly means? Something big's about to happen. Lola stopped running and shouted, "I see it! I see the golden egg up in the tree!" She stood on her toes, but she just couldn't reach it. Neither could Gilbert. They needed somebody tall. He called over to Wally. "Lola found an egg, but we can't get it." Ooh, look at that egg up there. That looks like the perfect egg to find. I'm wondering, though, what's going to happen when they call Wally over. Do you think he'll help them? I don't know. Wally said, "No problem." He stood up on his toes and he stretched higher and higher. "I got it," he shouted. "Yay, Wally," Gilbert said. Well, that's a nice thing that he did. That's out of character for Wally. He doesn't always seem like such a helpful person. But then Wally dropped the egg in his basket and walked off. "Hey," Gilbert called to Wally. "No fair. Lola found that egg." "But I'm the one who picked it up," said Wally. Lola cried, "I'm telling." But Wally just said, "Tattletale." That is not nice. Look at Lola's little shocked face. This cousin is turning out to be quite some trouble. The whistle blew and the hunt was over and everyone headed back to the starting line. Wally had more eggs in his basket than anyone else. He also had the golden egg. Wally said, I like egg hunts. Let's go see what the prizes are. Gilbert had an idea. You're right, he said. Let's go see. And then he shouted, last one down the hill's a rotten egg. Uh-oh, what's that going to make Wally do? Wally is going to take off running. And what's going to happen to that basket of eggs if he does that? Wally took off and ran down the hill. I win, he said. And can you see in his basket? When he looked back up, Gilbert and Lola were still at the top of the hill, picking up all the eggs that had fallen out of Wally's basket when he ran, including the golden one. Oops, Wally said when he saw his empty basket. I think Gilbert had kind of a good plan there. For finding the golden egg, Lola won a beautiful sugar egg that had a scene inside. You'll have to look at it up close when it's time. For finding the most eggs, Gilbert won an Easter basket filled with chocolate eggs, cream eggs, and his very favorite marshmallow eggs. Ooh, that's making me hungry. Gilbert didn't really find those eggs, though. What do you think he's going to do? You think he's the kind of person that's going to keep all of that to himself? But Gilbert just didn't feel right about taking the basket. He walked over to Wally and said, you really found the most eggs, not me. You should have the prize. Wally turned red. What does that mean when somebody turns red? They're embarrassed usually. Maybe we could share it, he suggested. And they did. Oh boy, that would be a fun basket to share. And let's see if there's one last page. Happy Easter. So when we look at this story, there's a couple things. One is that sometimes characters can change in the middle of a story. Something will happen to make them change. And this one, I think Wally had a little bit of a change at the end because Gilbert was kind to him, even at the end when he could have kept all those eggs, could have kept the whole prize, all the different little chocolate eggs that they put in the basket. But he stopped and said to Wally, kind of to teach Wally a lesson, let's share, you really did have the most eggs. And then Wally kind of had a change of heart. He turned red like he was a little bit embarrassed at what he'd done and said, you're right. Let's share. And they did. One thing about Gilbert is he's such a good guy and he usually comes out helping somebody learn a lesson at the end. So sometimes he's even learned a lesson. So that's a good thing. Well, thanks for coming to enjoy a book with us today. I think Frances and I are going to head out in the garden. Maybe I'll let her nibble a couple chocolate chips since she has never seen a chocolate chip before. And we're going to go out in the garden and take some of the fairies and stick them in the fairy garden. So we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Get outside. Have fun. And we'll be right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye, you guys. All right, come on, Frances. Let's go take the fairies outside.